Morning, everybody. Still morning, right? It's good afternoon. Goes to show what I know. Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining me. I'm just going to have a little Saturday ramble. So, anyhow, lots going on. Lots going on. First, let's start out with new pipe. Picked this up from Eddie Gray's 4th of July sale. It's a 644. It's called a diplomat shape. It's kind of a bent, squatty, brandy kind of shape. Saddleback, which I love. It's the 9mm filter Series 3. Had them for $10 off. And if you used, I know Pipe and Tamper 10 as a code for another 10% off. I listened to that podcast. So it was $10 off the pipe plus another 10% off. That was a fantastic deal. I believe Briar Report 10 is another 10% off. I think those both have relationships. In it, Burley Light without a bite. Have to be honest. This morning, initial smoke. I'm getting a little bit of that molasses and stuff. I'm getting a lot of briar since this is an initial smoke. For some reason, I'm getting a lot more briar wood taste for initial smoke from this pipe than I have with any of my others. Changed up my Zippo, busted out my Cubs pipe insert Zippo. They're in first place now by the skin of their teeth. They were playing really good ball. They're playing 500, just above 500 now. So busting this out for the rest of the season. Might have to send it in. You can hear that. It's a little loose for a Zippo. They'll fix that. But we'll see. Doesn't bother me too much right now. Got my little skull dude out. Doing the tamping duty today. The Meerschaum skull. Pretty cool little dude. Like him a lot. Drinking some coffee out of my Buckeye Piper mug. I've had a lot of questions about this and can I get a mug, and sorry about that, I'm back. Anyhow, business called, so a lot going on at work. We're trying to fix some stuff, so that's the nature of the beast when you're in leadership. Could ring anytime. Anyways, a lot of questions about the mug and hey, I'd like one. Man, we'd love to make them for everybody. We even kicked around, is it something Mrs. Buckeye, puts out there and maybe has a couple for sale. I don't think we could put them out at a price point that would be attractive. It'd probably be, in all honesty, 20, 25 bucks plus shipping for a cup. By the time you buy the $7, $8 cup, by the time she buys her materials, spends time working on it, and you have to pay for that, right? It's not free. You're talking a price point which prices a lot of people out. Most people want to spend 10 bucks on a mug. Me too. I get it. But for the handmade stuff, again, we keep them in and we do them and add them to our GAWs, and we'll give them away special from time to time to folks. Maybe make trades. I just don't, I've asked, would we consider selling them? And I just don't know that we could price them at a price point to where it would be attractive for people and people not think we're trying to gouge them, because the materials ain't cheap and it's not easy to do. So you got to, all that stuff has to be a factor. If we were making, Mrs. Buckeye and I talked, if we were making, 500 of these cups a day, and we had a process in place to where we could capitalize on scales of economy and drive the business and lower price points and get better prices on cups if we're buying them in bulk and all that good jazz, then yeah, maybe the price would be down, in that range where a lot of things are. But it just, making them onesie twosies just doesn't, we can't capitalize on the economies of scale to be able to make them. So not saying we never would, but man, I feel a certain kind of way asking 25 bucks plus shipping for a cup. Even though I know they're worth it, it's expensive. I get it. So that's why we've never come out. Kind of answers a question I get quite a bit from folks, one off of, hey, would you consider selling them? I don't know that we would, just because of that price point. Now I may be wrong, and maybe 100 of you say $25 is a great price, and we get 100 orders. You know, that's not my intent today. I'm not trying to generate revenue or orders or anything like that. I'm just explaining, you know, in general, why we've not come out and done these for sale. They're time consuming. The vinyl takes time. The machine takes time. But, you know, again, we'll keep them in our gauze, and I'm not opposed to trading. If somebody wants to come out and trade, you know, especially something, and I don't make them, Mrs. Buckeye does. So I kind of feel a certain kind of way trading for, you know, $25 worth of tobacco, you know, for trading one of the mugs she's made. What's she getting out of it, right? So I feel a little bit of a certain kind of way about even doing trades. So, again, nothing, I never say never. Never say never. You know, if you're really that interested and you think that's a fantastic price point, you know, we'll consider it. But again, I'm not here to gouge my brothers and sisters in the YTPC, and I'm not here to try to make a buck and try to turn this into a channel where I sell things. But I wanted to answer that question because it is one I get a lot. You know, other than that, I said initial smoke, very briary today. Yucky. Sorry about that. Even with the 9mm filter. And I might have to go get some more tobacco because I've almost killed this bowl and I haven't even really done my video. But anyhow, what's going on here? So hot, 90 plus degrees, I said that. We have our home inspection today, so we're going to go look at that and make sure everything looks good. Coming in on the light nicely. Septic needed some repairs. That's been taken care of. The well, check this out. And maybe some of you guys have heard this, and gals. The well's buried 18 to 20 inches below the earth. The wells they put in back in the 60s here, they buried them. Now this well's never been replaced, so it's done a heck of a job. What's that, 50 years? And it's never needed replaced. However, we're going to have them raise that wellhead up out of the ground so that you can get to it and do maintenance on it. That'll be done too. Celebrated Nanners' birthday. Nanners with Cheese is her 4th birthday. Celebrated that this week. Hey babe, can you bring me some more of that tobacco? It's in that bag in there. Mrs. Buckeye's going in the house, so I got to leverage that and get some more tobacco over here. Because this pipe's about done. But it was her 4th birthday. So today we celebrated, and we went to PetSmart. So took both dogs with us. They picked out some treats and some toys. Had a good old time. Met a couple dogs. So they had fun. They enjoyed it, which is good. So I'll put a picture in right here of Nanners. So that was Nanners. You know, again, 4th birthday. Let me throw a picture in here of Bo today. He just wanted to snuggle. So I'm going to throw a picture in here of Bo. He took my spot on the couch, and usually when I get up in the morning, that's where I go to hang out for a minute. He wasn't having it, wasn't giving it up, so I just snuggled in with him, and he enjoyed it. So here's Bo getting some snuggles this morning. So those are the doggies. Both of them are now 4. Getting old, but doing great. Still acting crazy. They act like they're 2 months old without the you know, messing in the house and stuff. They don't do that, but they're hyperactive. They love people and love to be around. What else is going on? I just got back from Dallas. I was in Dallas for 3 days for media crisis training. Some of the coolest training I've ever done. I was able to be lead witness spokesperson in a mock, not only a mock interview for a crisis, but also a mock congressional hearing. So that was eye-opening. And enjoyable, nonetheless. Very enjoyable. So we talked about the house. We got that going on. It's going to be a pipe and scotch kind of night. I need a break. Work was crazy yesterday. So again, I was training all week, going to work. We're busy as all get out. Super long night. All kind of things going on yesterday. Still digging out of some of them today. But we're working on it. That's what we do. We take care of things. It's going to be another hot one. So what else? What else, Mrs. Buckeye? What's going on in the life of the Buckeyes? It's the day-to-day grind. It feels like we've got a lot going on, and you sit down for a minute and recap it. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but holy cow. It's sun up to sundown for both of us right now. The vet business is very busy. Mrs. Buckeye's extremely busy with her job. She's actually rewriting, I'm super proud of her, she's rewriting the surgical procedures for her vet clinic and how surgery should flow. She's very experienced and knowledgeable in the area. And that, she was already working on it before because she's seen the need, which is awesome. Again, part of a leadership sometimes is seeing the need before you're asked. So she's seen the need and was starting on this already. And then just funny that they asked her to do it. So there's a lot of low-hanging fruit there that they can fix that will speed up their surgeries and make them more, I don't want to say professional, but make them more crisp, clean, concise, streamlined, not to rush patients, but to have a process in place that flows and that patients are taken care of and the medicines are proper and the care is proper. And then at the same time, the owners aren't waiting 5 hours over, for a spay or a neuter or dental, and so you're taking care of your patient and you're taking care of the owner at the same time, which really proud of her for doing that. So, there you have it. There's my Saturday ramble. I'll piece together some pictures, put in here. I'm going to sit out here and enjoy another pipe, burn up in the hot sun. Go check out the house and see how the inspection's going. Everything so far is on point. Everything that needed to be corrected is getting corrected. Lastly, let me just plug the 400 sub GAW still going on. I've got to catch up this week and comment on a lot of folks and start the list. Remember, that's open until Saturday the 27th at midnight. That's when that'll be over. And I'll draw it on Sunday the 28th and then get it in the mail Monday the 29th if I can get it in no later than Tuesday, because we'll be starting the moving process shortly thereafter. So I want to get it done and in and sent out before we move. That way it doesn't get pushed aside and bogged down, because it's important to me to get that out. Thank you all. Appreciate your subscriptions to the channel. Appreciate your friendship. Appreciate your feedback. And I look forward to talking to you. I'll be out and about tonight, probably on house party. Oh, I'll leave you with this. A surefire way to pick up chicks. Check this out. So essentially, you just approach the chick cautiously. You stoop, even though that's poor form and bending at the back. You stoop to pick up the chick. And then you should lift with your legs and not your back, and then you pick up the chick. But that's how you pick up a chick, in case you guys didn't know. Little humor for today. That's how I picked up Mrs. Buckeye, she said, but I don't recall those days, but whatever. But again, live with your legs, not your back. So that's an unsafe way to pick up chicks, but you can do it that way. Anyhow, wishing y'all the blessings in the world. You all stay safe out there. And if you're around on house party or any other of the chats tonight, I might catch you out there. It's a scotch and a pipe kind of night. So we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.